So this is a question about week 9 limiting agent. The reaction is given in the following. So let's have a look at it. Copper is reacting with AgNO3, which is dissociating to the Ag plus and NO3 minus ion, and then the copper and ion is being produced, and the precipitate, or actually will be dissolved, and then the Ag solid will be produced, and that will be solid means is a precipitation happens. So this is by having essentially when you have a copper and with an AgNO3, by putting the copper solid, you can induce the precipitation of Ag, which is a silver, to be precipitated. So that's a reaction. So we are considering having the copper and the silver nitrate, and those are the two compounds, and then calculate the number of each product. Okay, so that's the one, as well as the number of moles of excess agent. Okay, agent. So which one is supplied in excess? And so we are talking about the 0.272 moles of copper, 0.576 moles of silver nitrate. Okay, so first start with figuring out limiting agent. Okay, so 0.272 moles of copper, and then from the equation before, as defined by equation, moles of copper, 1 moles of copper will produce 1 moles of copper nitrate. Right? So therefore, we are anticipating that this amount will be moles of copper NO3 2. This will be produced. And what about the other case? If this is all consumed, 0.576 moles of AgNO3s are all consumed, and then from that equation, AgNO3, there are 2 AgNO3, and then 1 moles. Okay, so 1 mole. I guess I want to put it 1 moles here, 2 moles there. So better put it this way: 2 moles of CuNO3 will be reacting based on the stoichiometry. So by doing so, this is 0.288 mole copper NO3 2 will be produced. So compare this. This will be the smaller number. So until you consume this one, and then the reaction stops. So they cannot produce this much. So therefore, this is in short supply, right? In short supply. Therefore, limiting agent is copper. So that's one thing that I know for sure. But now we need to really looking at reaction balance, and so on. So let's write it this one more time. Copper is reacting with 2 times AgNO3 to produce copper NO3 2 plus 2 times Ag solid in the initial. And then as being mentioned, that 0.272 mole, and then 0.576 mole, and this is not provided here. Okay, So then what will be a change, and then as we identified before, the limiting agent being this, so I'm going to use this one up, 272, and then by doing so, 2 times 2 0.272, 0.272, because of the stoichiometry ratio between 1 and 2. So that's how much you're going to use up. So thus you will produce 0.272, and you produce 2 times 0.272. Okay, and then you add them up, and the final amount will be, this will be 0, and this amount is minus 0.544, so therefore net amount is 0.032 mole. This will be 0.272 mole, and then this will be 0.544 mole. So we can quantitatively know the numbers of each product. So this is of copper NO32 and of silver precipitate, and this is essentially of AgNO3 left over, okay? Because this copper is a limiting agent here. Okay, so that will be the answer for the question number 2. Question regarding the figuring out which one is a limiting agent, and you construct the equations and to figure out what is the final moles of products and the remaining, the excess agents, how much things are being left over.